Hi guys, I'm Jeannie and I teach stretch and yoga classes here at Flow Yoga and Cycle. Today I have a neck, shoulder, and back sequence for you. Just some nice deep stretches to stretch those out, especially if you're feeling a lot of stress right now. The only prop you might need would be a yoga strap. I understand a lot of you probably will not have a yoga strap at home. So some things that you could use is you could just use a towel. Or if you even have, the tie for your bathrobe, if that comes out, that's like the perfect addition as well. Okay, maybe like a dog's leash or something too. But again, it's one pose that we're going to do, and you might not even need it at all. So don't stress out about it if you don't have it. Okay, let's go ahead and just come together in a comfortable starting position. Soften your eyes to a close. Whatever position you choose is perfect. You don't have to be seated if that causes any discomfort. You definitely don't have to cross your legs. Okay, you can always allow your hands to rest comfortably wherever they just fall naturally. But if you want, bringing your hands to your knees and turning your palms down sets an intention of being grounded, of being rooted, being present. Palms facing up sets an intention for more energy. And then you could always bring dominant hand to the heart and your other hand to your belly to feel more connected to yourself. Again, there's no right or wrong. Do whichever you feel is what you need right now. Just breathe. Big inhales, slow exhales. Couple more rounds of breath here. You don't have to force it, just actually acknowledge that you're breathing. Big inhale, and on your exhale, allow your eyes to softly float open. So here from this seated position, if you aren't already seated, go ahead and come up into that. And then I just want you to start to tuck your chin to your chest. Try to still sit up nice and tall though. And then slowly start to drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. And then bring chin to chest and left ear to left shoulder. And just little half circles here, moving back and forth. Next time you have your ear to your right ear, right shoulder, reach your right hand up and place it just above your left ear. You're trying to pull that a little closer. Maybe walk your left hand out to the side. Now you might start to turn your chin to look down a little more, almost like you're trying to look into your armpit. That might change the sensation of that stretch. And then maybe turn it more upwards towards the ceiling. Okay. And then go ahead and release. Chin to chest, roll your left ear to your left shoulder. And then you can bring your left hand up just above your right ear. Walk your right hand out to the side. Try to find lots of length here between your shoulder and your ear on your right side. And then you have that same option if you want a little more. Maybe try to look down, right? Kind of towards your armpit. Maybe try to look up. Just notice how it changes the sensation in the stretch. When you're ready, back to center and release. Roll your shoulders out a little. Okay, now you're going to make a fist with one hand and then wrap your fingers on the other. You're just going to bring that right under your chin. And then you're just going to start to push your chin up until you start to feel this nice stretch here into the front of the neck. You shouldn't feel like you're rubbing and crunching your vertebrae, but more still kind of lengthening out along the back of the neck. Okay, and then release that. And then interlace your fingers and rest those at the back of the head. Tuck your chin to your chest and then start to pull your elbows closer together. Feel that nice stretch in your neck. Chin to the chest.
someday I wish upon a star. Wake up with the clouds are far behind.
And release. Okay, let's this is where you might need a strap, but you might not, because you might be able to do this on your own. Okay, so if you have a strap or a towel or something else that you're using, it doesn't have to be very long. You won't need a lot. So I'm going to fold this one a couple times, make it a little bit shorter for me. Okay, so I'll turn around real quick just so you see the first time what it looks like. I'm just going to reach my right arm up, bend my elbow. Okay, so I can hold the strap. You might not need a strap. If you need a strap, it'll go here. You're going to internally rotate your left hand and then reach back, and you're just going to walk your hands and your fingertips closer to each other. Okay, so you can be in any seated position. You could do this standing too. So whichever is comfortable for you. Okay. Try to lift that right elbow up a little more. Some of you might be able to actually clasp your fingers together for this stretch, and you might not need the towel or the strap. Okay. And then you'll release your left hand first and then your right, and then we'll just switch. The strap will go into your left hand first. Reach that back behind you, bend your elbow, and then reach back and grab that strap with your right hand, and then again walk your hands closer to each other while lifting that elbow up.
I am not the only traveler who is not repaid his debt. I've been searching for a trail to follow again. Take me back to the night we met.
And then again, when you feel balanced side to side, go ahead and release. And then we're going to just reach behind the back if that feels okay for you. Clasp your palms together, roll your shoulders back, lift your chest. Try to lift your hands up off of your back as you keep pulling your shoulders away from your ears. Just lengthen the spine here. Reach it as much as you can. Try to keep the palms as close together as you can as well. And then we're going to go ahead and come into hands and knees tabletop position. So that's always starting with shoulders and wrist stacking, knees and hips. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Take a big inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the belly, roll the shoulders back, lift the head, find a cow. And then as you exhale, tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin, and puff up in between your shoulder blades as you round up into that frightened Halloween cat. And just move back and forth, inhales and exhales. It's at your own pace, as it feels good for you. Flow with your breath. Let the weight be in the shins and the tops of the feet. And then we'll come back to center. So from here, you're going to want a lot of space out in front of you. So I'm going to move towards a little bit more towards the back of the mat. I'm going to keep my hips in line with my knees, and then I'm going to walk my hands out in front of me. I'm going to keep stretching those arms out as far as they can go. And then I'm going to think about melting my forehead to the mat. Now, this might not happen. Your forehead might not come down to the mat, and that's perfectly okay. You can always bend your elbows, okay? Make it a little bit more accessible for you. So it should be a nice stretch here in the front of the chest and the shoulders. And then walk your hands back. And then we're going to drop all the way down to our bellies. Start in Sphinx pose. I always like to start here just to kind of let our backs get comfortable with the fact that we're going to be lying on our belly. Because this can be pretty intense if you have pain in your low back, okay? And you just want your elbows and your shoulders to be in alignment with each other to start. Tops of the feet are flat on the mat. Okay. All right, so we're just going to do a little sequence of back bends. Just be super cautious that this is not causing pain and taking your breath away. So you're going to slide your hands back so that your wrists are under your shoulders. Tuck your chin into your chest, slide your shoulders away from your ears. Press the tops of the feet into the mat, but relax your glutes. And then slowly just start to lift up as you can. You want to be really light in the palms of the hands here, okay? So maybe you don't even have to press your palms of your hands down into the mat, but you can still kind of hold this little stretch, okay, for your low back. Do one more big breath here. And then go ahead and release. I want you just to turn one ear or the other to the mat. Doesn't matter which one first. Bring your arms by your sides with the palms facing up. And then maybe bend your knees and windshield wiper your legs a little side to side. Just help release your low back, okay?
With your dirty mouths and broken strength.
And then we're going to just turn your chin back towards the center of the mat. And then you can keep your palms of your hands. You're just going to flip them over so the palms are down, thumbs are pointing away from you. And then still press your toenails into the mat, press your pelvis into the mat. Pop up onto your fingertips. You lift the palms of the hands. Keep tucking your chin to your chest. Start to lift your head, your neck, and your shoulders. Maybe try to walk your fingertips a little bit further away from you. Now, if you want to move on a little bit, you can float your feet up or you can lift your hands up. And then maybe you clasp your palms together and add on to this just a teeny tiny bit more. Okay. Good. And release. You'll turn the opposite ear to the mat this time. Okay, just to get an even stretch in your neck. And then you can bend your knees again and windshield wiper your legs a little side to side.
Fumbling round in the smoke, spending time chasing
We'll
ghosts.
come back to center. We're going to do one more little belly back bend. So bend back into your elbows again so that your wrists are in line with your shoulders. Now, open your feet as wide as your mat. You still want the tops of the feet pressing onto the mat. And then you're going to walk your hands out a little bit wider than your mat. Go ahead and lift up onto your fingertips, right? So it's almost like your hands look like little spiders. But you want to keep your elbows pulling down towards the floor. Tuck your chin to your chest. Press your toenails into the mat. Press your pelvis into the mat. Press your fingertips into the mat. And slowly press up into a little back bend. Make sure your shoulders aren't up in your ears, but pull those down and back. Think about pushing your chest forward as you pull your shoulder blades closer together and relax your glutes.
Goes to me a bird's eye view chandelier.
Nice. And
Goes to you, here it goes to me.
maybe press up into hands and knees, tabletop, and take it back into a quick child's pose here just to release. That should feel really good. You want to still think about tucking your tailbone down and pulling your belly button to your spine so you feel that nice stretch out in your low back, your lumbar spine.
I'm a ghost to you, here it goes to me, a bird's eye view chandelier.
And then again, we're going to come right down to our bellies. We've got a couple more stretches here for the shoulders. So if you can, you're going to take your right arm out to the side, palm facing down. You just want it to kind of extend it out in this like T shape. And then you're going to bend into your left elbow, bend your left knee, lift your foot. And you're going to roll so that you're lying on your right side. You want your head relaxed down. If you need to, use a pillow or a blanket under that foot. And then just keep rolling until you feel that nice stretch into your, kind of like in your pec minor, your shoulder, maybe even your bicep. It really just depends on where you feel that tightness on your right side. So you can always hold these stretches as long as you need to, okay? You don't have to come out when I move out. So if you need longer, stay here. When you're ready, roll back onto your belly and then extend your left arm out to the side. Bend into your right elbow and roll yourself over to your left side.
Always know your place. Always dislodge foolishness. And always rest whenever you can.
And then roll back onto your belly. Again, just press back up, hands and knees, tabletop. And then we're going to swing our legs around to the front, come down to seated.
Always protect your feet.
And then we're going to just make our way right down onto our backs with our knees bent. You want to walk your heels back in line with your sits bones. Bring your hands down by your sides, palms facing down. You're going to just start to lift your hips, your low back, your middle back, your upper back. You can tuck your shoulder blades under, clasp your palms together. That's an option that might happen. You're just trying to lift up. You can always do this more supported with blankets or pillows or yoga block if you have that. Good. Big inhale and then exhale. Start to slowly lower down. Go ahead and extend your left leg out. Pull your right knee into the chest. You want to kind of tilt a little bit so you're really pulling your low back down onto the mat so you're getting this more neutral curve of the spine, neutral pelvis. And then we're just going to take this right leg and bring it over to the left side, just taking a little twist. Okay, you can extend your right arm out, T-shape. Keep trying to pull your right shoulder blade closer to the floor. Maybe turn your gaze to the right.
Always see the dangers first. Always protect your feet. Always be ready for cold. Always be ready for heat. Always know where good water resource is. Always master the skills necessary. Always get the job done. Always know your place. Always dislodge foolishness. And always rest whenever you can. Whenever you can.
Take a big inhale, exhale, and twist. Now you'll extend your right leg out, pull your left knee into the chest. Again, really try to neutralize through the spine, through the pelvis. And then start to twist and take that over to your right side. Extend your left arm out, T-shape. And then again, we'll take a big inhale, exhale, twist back to center. Shift your hips back to center if they moved a little. Maybe knees to chest, maybe rock a little side to side. And then again, bring your feet down to the mat. Walk your feet open as wide as the mat this time. Let the knees fall in and touch. Feel a nice neutralness of the back. Bring your hands out to the sides, palms facing up.
We were made from rain, rivers, and streams.
Soften your eyes to a close and just relax here.
Thoughts like fields of golden corn. In my hand I hold the pollen of the dawn. Walk quietly. Walk In the magic of the northern woods I learned. Lift your song up to the winds and watch it turn. I own nothing, I own not even my soul. In the silence of the heart, all things unfold. Walk quietly, walk quietly. Why don't you walk quietly?
Stay here and relax. There's no rush to move or come out. When you're ready, maybe just move and roll to one side. Push yourself up. Bring your hands together at heart center. Tuck your chin, bow your head. Just sealing your practice. Namaste.